EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for March 14th, 2022. It is Monday, back to work, and finally getting past this very bitterly cold weekend and snow, late season snowfall. Hopefully we're beyond this and we don't have anything organized projected going forward. And I really do think this is probably the last organized system you're dealing with, which doesn't necessarily mean you can't get some arbitrary flakes here and there, as we saw yesterday, but these are going to have to be very, very perfectly timed and probably very far northern areas for anything like that to occur. We are heading into a milder overall pattern here for the next week or so. We will have a slightly below average period from like very late in the month, last couple days of March going through at least maybe the first half of April, but slightly below average at that time of year is relative. And normal highs are getting up to 55, 60 in a lot of places, so slightly below average won't cut it anymore. So it's not impossible, but the pattern going forward isn't really suggestive of anything snowy, so we'll just keep our fingers crossed. We're moving forward into spring. Today's video forecast is sponsored by Kinsley's Family Market in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Kinsley's is the world's largest ShopRite, and the ShopRite logo means they're all about food, they're all about savings, and they're all about you. The Friday Seafood Fest is up and running, and Kinsley's has a Seafood Fest every Friday during Lent. Items include their chef's famous teriyaki salmon, coconut-crusted cod, side dishes, and much more. Stop by their seafood department where their seafood is always the freshest in the industry, and they make deliveries 7 days a week. They are Kinsley's ShopRite, located at 107 Kinsley's Drive in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Proud sponsors of the Monday video forecast. Okay, so this work week, today we're going to kind of turn on the jets. We went from yesterday being many areas not even getting above freezing for highs, which is really below normal for this time of year. And then we're going to get to today, and we're going to get to maybe near average or very slightly above. Actually, probably are going to be slightly above average today, with temperatures getting well into the 50s, which is above normal everywhere. 52 to 58 is the spread of temperatures today. Looks like mostly sunny to start. You might have a few clouds coming in later in the day, but other than that, becoming partly cloudy overnight, not as cold. And then tomorrow we're even warmer yet with 55 to 66 the spread in temperatures. And the only reason there's that big of a spread is there's a system moving off to our north here on Monday or on Tuesday. Here's today, nothing going on there. Here's that little weak system off to our north right here going across New York State. Should remain there, but you'll have some clouds associated with that in the northern half of our region. That's going to keep temperatures down a little bit, but you're still getting the middle 50s for highs there too. But down here by Philadelphia, we're projecting a high of 66 for a high on Tuesday. Okay, after that, we are back into well into the 60s again here on Wednesday, with mostly sunny skies expected. Then we have the system off the southeastern U.S. coastline that's going to try to make its way up to our region. Should remain largely southeast of the region, but maybe close enough to produce in the interior an isolated shower, but maybe a few showers down here in our southeastern area, southeast of I-95 as this passes by. This would be mainly Thursday afternoon. So elsewhere, it's probably just mostly cloudy, maybe a stray shower kind of thing, okay? But down here in South Jersey, Delaware, a few showers are possible, or a few scattered showers as this moves through Thursday afternoon. And then after that, on Friday, we are really going to turn warm. Partly cloudy skies on Friday, and temperatures making a run at 70 degrees for a high on Friday. So we're right back to where we were before we started all this wintry mess this week. And then we have a system coming in that's going to move. Low pressure is going to move right through the region here, it looks like, on Saturday. So unfortunately, Saturday is going to be a cooler day because it's going to be cloudy and there's going to be some rain around, some showers. That's going to last much of the day here on Saturday, moves away Saturday evening. And then behind it, you have a little bit of a cooler air push come in here for Sunday, so it keeps temperatures only in the low to mid 50s. But it looks like it's going to be a better day. The 2 weekend days is going to be Sunday, it looks like, with partly to mostly sunny skies returning as the system pulls away. Okay, here's the temperatures this week, and this is a loop starting from today and going all the way to Friday, and you can see it just gets increasingly warmer here. There's today where it's kind of near to slightly above average. Then we just continue to increase those temperatures throughout the week, and it culminates here on Friday with temperatures peaking and getting up near 70 degrees. So very warm end of the week is coming, but we're not going to be too shabby starting off the week either. Now, I wanted to touch on something here because with this last system we had, I just want to do a quick review, and if I can find it, I'll show you. There it is. Okay, so this is the radar this is an archived radar from the day that on Saturday when that storm came in. So it's gonna loop ahead here. Okay, start off as rain down in these areas. This is all the snow that came through and pushed through the region, and it looked like we were just gonna get absolutely clobbered. Everything was working along just fine, but there was a point in time where the southeastern areas, especially just northwest of I-95, where we expected a little bit more snow to occur, had an extended period of sleet. Okay, that happens. It's transition. It's March. But if you look at our snow map as a whole, considering we cover 4 states, it was done very well. Of course, if you lived in one of those places in southeastern Pennsylvania where you only got, you only ended up with, like an inch or two when we had you in 2 to 4. We heard the complaints. I get it. Everybody was worried about their backyard, and that's it. But if you look at it on a grand scale for the entire area, the map was about 80% correct, which is a win when you're talking about forecasting for such a large area. But I understand people don't see it that way. So what happened? We had this radar looking really good, and then all of a sudden, it kind of just fell apart, right? And you had these 2 bands that separated. One went well east, and you have very intense lift here, and then you had another one all the way back here in central PA, and basically shut off here when we didn't think it was going to shut off. There was nothing showing off, but it did. And this is what you have when you have deformation bands in frontogenesis. You have sinking air in between 2 bands, and that's basically what happened. So then eventually the second one came through, gave you another half inch to an inch as it did so, and moved away to the coast. So that was basically the gist of what happened with that. It wasn't, a bad forecast. It was done very well. Just a few areas, especially just northwest of I-90, along and northwest of I-95, didn't do as well. As a matter of fact, I have a comparison map here to show you just real quick, just to give you an idea. Here's what the map on the left here is the actual of what fell, and the map on the right is what we should have is what we had. This is what we should have drawn on the left. The right was what it actually is what we actually forecast. So it was a little bit too aggressive. Just northwest of I-95 here, where we had this 2 to 4 inch range, ended up a little bit further northwest than we had it. We had it all the way to I-95 and point southeast Philadelphia. We're right around there. They only had about an inch or so, not 2 to 4. So I could see people griping down here. I get it. It went all the way up to northern New Jersey here. But these interior areas are pretty solid. The only thing I would add to this is this area. There seemed to be, like, you could actually send this blue line kind of like this, too, because they included Harrisburg, too. With where they got shafted there, apparently. They only got to 3 inches instead of 4, but close enough. I know you had a bad winter, and you don't want to hear it, but it is what it is. And it's probably our last one from an organized storm standpoint for the rest of the year. So, hopefully you bottled up what you have left, because it's going to melt off pretty quickly this week, if not today already. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for March 14th, 2022. Have a great Monday.